And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the HomeStory Cup. The HomeStory Cup number 29 playoffs day 1 broadcast. We have made it through 2 best of 5 so far, featuring ZVZs and ZVPs with Rainer, Alazer, Cyril, and Skillis. And now we're going to be jumping into the second half of the upper bracket quarterfinals. Let's go. Let us go. As we search the scenes over and catch up on the bracket itself, as you can see here, both Rainer and Cyril did advance on to the upper bracket semis. Meanwhile, we have 2 more series remaining in the quarterfinals. It's going to be a TvP between Clem and Krystianer, and a ZVP between Lambo and Harsta. Oh boy. We're getting there. We are getting there. When it comes to our first matchup here, I'm curious to see how Krystianer will perform. Krystianer, he has been looking very good as of late, and we missed it in the group stage. But if you're curious, one of the big names that was favored to make it to the playoffs that didn't was Big Gabe. Big Gabe, he failed to make it into the playoffs, and who stopped Big Gabe from making it here? Krystianer. Krystianer did defeat Big Gabe in the group stage, and Krystianer did advance on it instead. So I'm excited to see excited to see his PvT, to see how he brought down Gabe and how he compares to Clem. Let's go. Let us go, as game 1 is going to be on Rainfall. Oh, the Krystianer, papi. True. Let's go. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Rainfall, we have the French Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the left hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Onside. It is Krystianer. Let's go. Let us go. From here, we are going to be calming down. We're going to be settling in, and welcome to Rainfall. Rainfall is one of the smallest maps of the map pool. Short rush distance by ground. Aggression is heavily favored here on maps like Rainfall, and because of that, we do typically favor Terran. Terran is usually favored on these smaller maps. It does mean that they can hit these 2 base all-ins and aggression just that much harder on Rainfall. We'll see if Krystianer can keep up, as especially when it comes to the current meta of TvP. We've been seeing hyper aggression from Clem. Clem has been very in the face of his opposing Protoss players, with 1 base all-ins, 2 base all-ins, proxies. Like, it's been hyper aggression from our French Terran, and again, we'll see if Krystianer can keep up. We'll see if he can survive said aggression. For now, we're moving out across the map, setting up what looks to be an eBay block. Ooh, and a successful eBay block on this map is going to be brutal. Yeah, Krystianer, he moves out, SV is moving in. And what I mean by that, so the outcome of a successful eBay block is to force the unnatural natural. And if Krystianer is forced to expand at the 3rd location, that's going to be so difficult to defend. Oof. Yeah, eBay is on the way. No denial or scout here from Krystianer. Ay. Not like this, papi, not like this. Yeah, Krystianer, he'll now scout, he'll now confirm. There's too much progression on the eBay. He has to expand to the 3rd. And again, the 3rd base is so exposed on this map, regardless of 3rd. Yeah, going for the northern 3rd base, going for the linear 3rd. Again, this expansion is on low ground, and this is prime for a 2 base all-in. Like, it's prime for Clem to punish this with a 2 base all-in. There's a cancellation. Now, Krystianer, he will hide his probe bottom left. Interesting. Cybercore is on the way. Show us what you got. The best defense is a good offense. Show us the pylon. Show us the setup. Cybercore is done, so we're not rushing into any like hidden proxy Stargate or anything like that. Going through the mind of Krystianer. Rebuilds back in. Let's back in. Doesn't quite get a worker. Behind this, we have Clem going for his own standard kind of 1-1 follow-up. Now, what we're expecting from Clem is a 2nd Rax before Starport, and maybe even a 3rd Rax before Starport. But if we actually go for the 1-1-1 instead, then this would be indicative of standard play. More standard play. Krystianer throwing down extra gateways. We have a 3-gate setup before Twilight Council. Wait, what? Krystianer, we're setting up for a proxy. Again, this is a heavy gateway count pre-tech. Reaper is scouting here for proxies. Yeah, it's going to be an all-in. Krystianer setting up. Hyper aggression from Krystianer. Going to be able to warp in across the map. But I do like this. Like, in general, because this third base or because this natural base is so exposed and so vulnerable, like, the goal here for Krystianer is to be hyper aggressive and to force Clem to be defensive. As here come the 3 warp gates coming online very quickly. So fast 3 warp gates, fast warp-ins across the map. Here they come. At the same time, Reaper does get 2 probe kills. And here comes Krystianer. He's pushing. Behind there's no safety bunker. Tank is still on the way. SCVs will go down. And here we're gonna keep pushing. Gonna keep going. Getting 1, getting 2. 2 SV kills. Tank has arrived though. Yeah, the tank is here. Tank shot the Stalker. Oof. 1 Stalker goes down, but it miscontrolled by Krystianer. We gotta back off. No! Yeah, he's not controlling. Krystianer, yeah, focusing elsewhere. Krystianer, he will lose so many Stalkers. That should not have happened. 4 Stalkers go down. Krystianer, it looks like he was controlling back at home. Not like this. Oof, gets baited in. And this has been a shaky start for Krystianer. The Reaper does poke back, it does hit back into the main. Does get a full scout, confirming the tech. Gets eyes on Twilight Council. Now, so what's been happening in this game? Because of the delay on the Twilight Council, because of the commitment to all these gateways, Krystianer had to do damage. But because Krystianer lost all these Stalkers, it has not been worth it, which means Krystianer, he's falling behind. He has an exposed 2-base economy, but also he has late tech, late Twilight Council, late upgrades, and nothing to show for it. As Clem is successfully defended, successfully built up. And Krystianer, he needs to find damage here. Whether it's SCV kills, whether it's picking up the tanks, rotating into the main, but there is no blink, and there won't be any blink. It is charge. Oof. Krystianer throwing down extra gates. Throwing down extra gateways. Krystianer's trying to build back up. Blink is on the way, claiming a 3rd base. I mean, he's at least containing Clem, but this is less Clem being contained and more Clem just chilling on 2 bases. Like, like there's not really much keeping him back. We're waiting for Stim to finish. When Stim is done, Clem can start to push, and I'll be honest, it's going to be a hard defense. It's going to be a very difficult defense here for Krystianer to slow Clem down. It's going to be very difficult. I do think that the best that Krystianer could hope for is to backstab and to delay the push from Clem, but the problem is he doesn't have blink, so there's very limited ways to backstab at the moment. We'll snipe a tank, okay. Not bad. 1 tank goes down. At the same time, Clem scouts a 3rd. Is where the expansion. Clem is getting a 3rd CC himself. And with Stim finishes, here comes the move out. Oh boy. So Stim will complete, still waiting for the medevacs to support the army. Oh, water charge on the Prism. Prism does get away, but also sustains some hull damage. It does take damage. Clem stimming out. Dust him out to claim his third. Krystianer trying to move in. Krystianer does have Storm, but I believe there's no Templar. Where are they? Okay, here they come. Okay, Templar on the way. Now, there is a chance if Storm can connect, then maybe Krystianer can claim this fight, but I mean, look at the supply disparity here. This is an example of the soup not lying to you. It's not lying. It's... oh, no. It's rare, but it happens from time to time. The soup is telling the truth. Storm in the zoning. Oof, better Storm here in the main army. Very nice. Observer gets caught. Forcing the repair. There's what I want to say 3 Storms left. Warping into the main. Clem is distracted. Nice positioning though. And nice positioning overall. Storm coming up. Not quite. Storm not quite coming in. Clem defends the main. Losing 4 CV so far, and Krystianer pulls away. Oh, Krystianer does pull away. This was some okay damage. Oh, the prism goes down. No backstab. No counterattack potential. And we're still waiting for Clem's move outs. But he might just defend. Yeah, he's taking his gases, setting up defensively, taking up armories on the way. Goes Academy as well. So this is kind of like traditional TvP over the past couple of years, where Clem learned this the hard way, especially in the last patch. For the past like year, 2 years, a lot of Terran players have kind of like adopted this mentality of, in a game state like this, it's just, why risk pushing when you can just defend and just get further ahead, right? I would argue that Clem could move out right now and could kill Krystianer, but because of the threat of Storm and because of the threat of a counterattack even as well, which isn't as applicable because the prism went down, but because of these threats, like there is a world where you can just throw. Where you can throw your lead, you can take a bad fight, and despite being ahead, you can still lose the game. So Clem is playing this out much, much safer, just getting further ahead and being more defensive. Again, this is a trend that like started happening like maybe 2 years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Maybe more than that. Yeah, we're getting old. Like I'm thinking about like the site Delta map pool, which would have been what, 2022? It started when the Protoss like Masquerade style, like the Swarm Toss style, started getting more popular. Like this kind of like cheaper composition. Cheaper, more efficient composition got popularized. As yep, Clem is getting a 4th base, getting more CCs. Just being hyper defensive and just hyper turtly. And again, like as I mentioned before, the rationale behind this from Terran players is just like, there's like, why risk losing the game by attacking? Why risk it? many a TvP was lost by attacking. So yeah. I will say that that this style was less popular last season. I say last season, last patch, just because of the growth of Protoss, like getting into the mid to late game. There was a lot more urgency to push. But I mean, at least Clem does find his way across the map, but not with everything. As here we go, reinforcements have arrived. Clem moving in. We all know that Clem does like to take showers. He does like to take storms to the face in TvP, so just taking it slow, playing it safe. Storm and Marauders. Nice, very nice anti-armor missile. Yeah, the armor shredded here on the main army. Close trying to move in. Nice snipe on one High Templar. Yeah, Storms are trying to come in. Oh, the snipes though. Ooh, EMP lands. Yeah, lands EMP. No more Storms. Colossus go down. A very strong fight here from Clem, and Clem will just overwhelm the army. No Storms landed. Colossus went down, and no splash damage. Even here, ooh, snipe goes off. Yeah, snipe goes off, and the top base will fall. And GG gets called. GG gets called. Clem, he'll take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. He'll claim leading the series. Again, it was just a very rough start for Krystianer. Winding it back. Remember, Krystianer, he was playing from behind. He was forced to take the unnatural natural. His response was 3-gate aggression, and it was not worth it. He lost so many stalkers in the early game, and he delayed his own tech as a result, so he couldn't really threaten his opponent. We saw this all culminate in the storm push at the third base, but Clem shut it down very hard and was looking very comfortable from there. Just getting further ahead. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're now getting into game number 2. You're going to be loading into Rorschach. Let's go. Let us go. As spawning in the bottom hand corner, we have the French Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Liquid. Representing Team Liquid leading the series 1-0. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Onside. It is Krystianer. And what the hell were the vetoes? Because game 1 was Rainfall, game 2 is Rorschach? That's crazy. For those who are curious, these 2 maps in game 1 and game 2 are the smallest maps in the map pool. Straight up. You don't get smaller, you don't get more aggressive than that. And again, typically these small aggressive maps favor Terran. They favor these all-ins, they favor these sim timings, they favor Pool and the boys. Usually the Protoss player benefits from larger maps because then you can engulf the map, right? Then you can mass expand, get up to 4, 5, 6 bases, get into your mass gateway composition, maintain map control, and overwhelm. So this is a very, I would say, yeah, unique. It's a very unique approach here from Krystianer to decide to allow these small maps through the veto process. It tells us that most likely Krystianer, he's being aggressive himself. And we saw that attempted last game, where he attempted to go 3-gate, right? He was going 3 gates pre-Twilight Council. It means that I'm expecting something like that here as well. Whether it's like 4-gate blink play or extra gates before Twilight Council. eBay once again, going for the eBay block. Again, I will say these eBay blocks are stronger on these smaller maps as well. Because these third bases are more exposed and more vulnerable. I'm still not convinced, but I still don't like that Krystianer's letting these maps through the veto process, but okay. Let's expand at the linear third location at the top side. Expanding away from Clem. From here, Clem just getting a CC on location. Single gas opener, so racks expand, economic starts out of Clem. And we'll see where he takes us. Just going at Reaper first into Reactor. Moving out to Scouts. When it comes to the map itself, it does feature a very short rush distance by ground. Features healing pads here in the center. We do have some hybrid bases, gold base on the top side as well. There's a lot of really unique features, of course, but typically we see short games on this map. Like, mainly mid-game play. A lot of aggression, a lot of all-ins. We'll catch one probe. Nice catch here from Clem. Again, the Reaper did arrive a couple seconds sooner, and that is a second Rax before factory. Ooh, are we going for 3X? We are! Yeah, 3X stims, a hyper aggression, early stim timing out of Clem. Ooh, and that is a Stargate. I don't know if I want to say this is a build order win, just because I know that timings are a little bit different, and they're all a little bit more in flux in the most recent patch. But what's happening here is that Clem, he's building up a mass amount of bio, going for a very strong stim timing on a small map as well, with a healing pad, so he technically could stim even early on and then heal up as well. Like, he can freely stim a little bit better on his side of the map. So this is going to hit harder than normal. Meanwhile, Krystianer, he's going Stargate play, which is great to harass, but this is not good to defend, and the Oracle will confirm, oh no. Clem, he sees, he does confirm. Oracles and Phoenixes do not help. They barely help here when it comes to defense against 3-Raxes. 3-Raxes, they're designed to kill and punish this kind of play. If you remember, this was popularized back when Phoenix Colossus was a thing, and to punish players going Phoenixes. Rushing faster Robo and faster Colossus was a way to counter this, but yeah, the Phoenixes, they can lift up one Marine at a time. Oh boy. Unfortunately, Krystianer just doesn't know, right? Krystianer, he has scattered nothing. Like, he has 0 scouting information at the moment. 0 information. It's just a really rough position here for Krystianer. Stim is creeping up on being halfway done. So again, we're just waiting for Stim, combat shields. Once that kicks in, bam, it's going to be go time. And we'll see when Krystianer figures out what's happening. Now, what I will say, thankfully, I don't know if you noticed this, but Krystianer, he only made 1 Phoenix. Only 1. Now we're going for a hard switch into Blink. On the one hand, I do think this is... he scouts. He just saw the Marines. On the one hand, I do think this is good. On the other hand, though, it's still a bit of a waste of resources to invest into a Stargate and into a Phoenix, and for that to not really pay off. So, like, it's still a shaky, rough start for Krystianer because he teched into a certain direction that didn't really provide any value. You could argue, like, oh, he's able to scout. We could have done this with a hallucination, right? Could have seen the same outcome, if not even faster scouting from a hallucination. Oof. Phoenix taking a lot of hits. Army's moving out. And what do we have to defend? Blink will not factor in because it was a Twilight Council after Stargate. That's why it's so late. So no Blink. We do have 2 batteries here at the 3rd, at the northern base. So 2nd battery's on the way. We're going to have a bunch of vanilla Stalkers. I think if we can engage ahead of time on top of the ramp, then I believe that Krystianer can defend against this. But here comes the first Sim. Yeah, first Sim is spent. We'll catch 1 Stalker. Gets 1. Gets 2. Oh. Yeah, 2 Stalkers. 3 Stalkers go down. The Phoenix as well. Very nice target firing here by Clem. He won't break through, but he trades well. Does trade well. As he wants another Stalker, and he gets it. Oh my god. Jesus, the burst damage is crazy. Yeah, Stalkers, they go down one after the other. There's 3 Stalkers remaining. And again, technically, Krystianer, he will hold, as he will lose he'll lose the Sentry as well. Does preserve his mineral line, does not die straight up to the 3-Ranks, but he does trade awfully here. He trades so much gas for minerals. So much more efficient trade here from Clem. And behind this, he's switching into Marauder production, into a better army against Wing Stalkers. You catch us too. He does Stim. 3rd CC on location. That one does go down. I mean, with this Stim, that was a pretty brutal move here from Clem. The army is softened up. And Krystianer, the pressure is on. Now we have extra Marauders. A nice movement by Clem. Does punish, and we'll get 1. Oh. Barely not. Barely does. Does get 1 more Stalker. Every Stalker counts. You can see the Marauder count slowly getting higher and higher. 3rd CC is finishing. 3rd Nexus is still finishing up as well. So again, Krystianer is down in economy, even on bases where he wants to be up in expansion against Terran. And Clem is outscaling. Straight up, he's just outscaling at this point. Catching out of the Stalker. Clem getting further ahead, going for his own drop. I believe that's 2 Marauders. Yeah, 2 Marauders going down. Ooh, but will be punished. but Krystianer has to do everything he can to keep Clem busy. Like that's the purpose of this. It has been some brutal trades, and Krystianer has been leading out some stalkers, but he has to be this active here. Meanwhile, at the same time, drop comes in. Drop moves in. Oh my god, the probes! No! They came back too soon. 9 probes go down. Ay, ay, ay. Krystianer get pulled away and then come back too soon. Not like this. Yeah, 9 probes go down, Stalkers get caught in the center, and Clem's just getting further ahead. He's snowballing out of control. Now it's time to push. He's got his medevacs, has his main army. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. Oof. So Krystianer has to get the hell out of here. So try. Behind this, he has 2 batteries still at the 3rd. Nothing at the natural location. Widowmines, they can just zone away. Charge just now finishing, but there are many zealots. Yeah, there are many charge lots. Base out 1 shot, base out 2. Base out a couple shots. Still 2 shots left, and GG. Yeah, GG gets called. There's nothing to defend. And Clem, he will take game number 2, claiming a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Again, just a very unfortunate start for Krystianer, going for the Stargate opener on Rorschach, which is crazy, by the way. I'm still not entirely convinced as to the rationale as to why both Rorschach and Rainfall were allowed through the veto process. Rainfall made a little bit more sense just because we did see Krystianer be hyper-aggressive himself, but here going Stargate play was very bold and again had a very shaky defense against the stim timing, partially because Krystianer didn't scout until very, very late. It was a late scout, a late realization, a late reaction from Krystianer as what Clem was up to. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're going to be loading into game 3, and now we get to go into a bit of a larger map here. This is where Krystianer should be finally feeling a little bit more comfortable. We're loading into Sanctuary 3. Here we go. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Sanctuary 3, we have the French Terran player, the Red Terran, representing Team Liquid, leading the series 2-0. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the Polish Protoss, representing Onside. It is Krystianer. Let's go. Let us go. We're settling into game number 3 here, and welcome to Sanctuary 3. This, again, is a larger map of the map pool, much more defensive on 2 bases, and much more defensive on 3 bases as well, at least compared to the last 2 maps that we had. So, if we were to start a comeback, this would be the map for it. Up until this point, though, like, Clem has been in control of the series, has been dictating the pace of the series as well, both game 1 and game 2. So coming into game number 3 here, like, we'll see how Krystianer will adjust, we'll see how he'll change things up against Clem. We'll see. So we're going to be calming things down. Once again, both games we did see that Clem was able to eBay block. I don't see an eBay block happening here on Sanctuary 3. So again, like, there's just a lot of features when it comes to the map itself that should be favoring Krystianer, or should just be giving him a much more comfortable time in the early game. As for the first time this series, he can actually expand. Speaking of, I saw that camera hold key location. Interesting. And now, flaming is natural, pulling back. Krystianer does scout into the main, and Krystianer, he'll confirm the economic opener. Ranks expand. Ranks expand here from Clem. Everything being standard. Ooh, oh god, the depot lift was brutal. Probe does go down. A nice defense here by Clem. Nice catch. Clem can set up at the natural. And we'll see if Krystianer goes for a Twilight Council opener, goes for Stargates. I wouldn't be opposed to a Stargate opener here on Sanctuary 3, but I don't like the idea of going Stargate 2 games in a row. Like, that's usually Stargate play is something you do once in a series. It's not something you want to rely upon. Meanwhile, do you remember earlier I said that I did point out the peculiar hotkey location that was made? This location here. we're going there. So Krystianer, he did set this up at the beginning of the game, did notice it, and we are making use of it. So Krystianer moves out. We do have a second gateway back at home. And it's looking like an all-in. This is looking actually very similar to game one. Yeah. Here we go. So 3 gates at home, 1 proxy pylon across the map. We're going for a vanilla gateway aggression early on here. I want to say borderline all-in. It's, again, today is the first time I'm like seeing these builds, so I don't really know how committed it is. I don't really know how much damage needs to be done to make this viable, but it is very committed regardless. I just have to keep that probe hidden. Oh no, he gets found. He gets found out. Probe goes down. Aye. This will delay the proxy pylon. There's no pylon set up, and Clem is even looking as well. Okay, backup probe. Backup probe through the center. Setting up here on the high ground. I'm gonna have 3 gateways to warp in. And remember, we saw this build in game 1 on Rainfall. And Krystianer, he did fumble the ball on Rainfall. Oh, this is bold. it's just dead set in the face of Clem. Barely out of vision, but it's not even on the high ground up here. Like, what the hell? Krystianer, calm down. No shame. No shame. So we're moving up with 5 stalkers. We can warp in and reinforce 3 stalkers at a time. Gateways are online. Just waiting for the warp in. And then it'll be go time. There we go. 3 extra stalkers, so 8 stalkers in total. Meanwhile, Clem has to buy time for the tank. The tank is halfway done. Nice concave here on the high ground. Remember, there's no blink. Boys are being pulled. A nice reaction, and he'll get 2. He'll pick off 2 stalkers. 2 stalkers go down. Boys are hit the tank. Has to pull away. Has to get back. Hasn't lost any ACVs yet. Now losing 1. Okay, tank does siege. Bought enough time. We're holding onto the auto turrets. 3 ACV kills, 4 ACVs. But Clem will survive. Oh, and Krystianer's not done. Oh, okay, we're going to keep going. He's going to keep pushing. Denies the natural. You can see Clem leapfrogging forward. Does mass repair. 1 stalker goes down. A bit of a premature auto turret here from Clem. Yeah, a little bit premature. Now he's out of auto turrets. Krystianer's still going in. Still commits. Oh. Catching out 6 more CVs. And denying mining. And because it's denied mining, I believe that Krystianer, he can macro behind this. Twilight Council is now on the way. Clem is going to be able to hold on. Actually went Banshee with this as well. Okay. Just go 1-1-1. Raven into Banshee. And we're hoping that Krystianer gets out of here. Remember, there's no blink. There you go. Does recall. Bleeds out a couple of stalkers. And in the end, how many stalkers went down? 6. So 6 stalkers for 6 SCVs. A bit of a 1-to-1 trade. The pylon is going to go down as well. We did see a little lost mining time at least, but remember, Clem has mules, Clem had the better economy to begin with, and tech has been heavily delayed for Krystianer. So is this enough damage? I think that Krystianer's in a decent position here. I think it's decent. It all depends on whether he can defend against a counterattack. I'm referring to the Raven. I'm also referring to the second Banshee. So if Krystianer can minimize losses against the Raven and Banshee harass, I think he's going to be fine. But we'll see. Actually, Clem's pushing with everything. Oh. Okay, it does move out with everything. Raven attempting to flank. Remember, blink is not a factor here. Losing a stalker. Krystianer trying to hit him from behind. Taking a lot of hull damage. Does take damage. Does not pick up the tank. That was a little bit greedy. Gets a Marine. Slowing down the push. Krystianer, he needs to slow him down. Because this is a hefty army. 4 tanks. I was assuming Clem was going to harass, but no, he's just committing with everything. He has a massive army. Gets across. Sieging up. Blink is 10 seconds away. Blink will finish. But this third is denied. Yeah, the third is denied. It will not finish. Should be cancelled. Tank stays run away the stalkers. 4 tanks siege up. And there's a cancel. Yeah, there's a cancellation. Massive pickoff. Remember, recall's on cooldown. Boys being called into 4 tanks. Oh no! Yeah, nice auto turrets. All the probes, they will go down. Nice focus right here on the Immortals. Immortals, they go down, and Clem snowballs out of control. GG gets called. The tanks, they annihilate the Stalkers, and Clem, he will claim the series 3-0, advancing on to the upper bracket semis. GG. GG, well played. Again, I want to say that Krystianer was much more successful this time with this build, going for the 3-gate setup, proxy pylon into 3-gate aggression early on. It was successful, but unfortunately, because he delayed his blink for so long, because his tech was so delayed, and because he lost so many stalkers, he couldn't contain Clem. Clem could not be contained, and Clem was able to build up his tank count up to 4 tanks and 2 banshees, just maximum amount of DPS available there, and he got across the map. GG, well played, was able to siege up in between the bases, and Krystianer could not stop Clem. Krystianer, I would say that he was heavily reliant on containing Clem, and what really allowed for this to really pop off and snowball out of control was the recall. Because Krystianer was trapped inside of the natural, he was forced to recall. If that recall hadn't happened, then Krystianer could maintain his position, at least threatening the natural and just outside the natural to slow down any kind of push in a meaningful way. But because of that recall, there was a massive opening, allowing Clem to just send everything across. Just move out, send across, and to commit, to break free. So just a brutal moment there for Krystianer. GG, well played, and with that, Clem does take a 3-0 lead, or does claim the series 3-0. GG, well played.